this war has been ongoing for four weeks, no? 4 weeks na siya. If was just 1 week, there wouldn't have been any permanent damage. Now it's 4 weeks and even more than 4 weeks. There is a permanent damage in the structure of the international oil community. Just to cite an example, let's say Strait of Hormuz is cleared and all the thousands or hundreds of vessels pass through it and deliver where they should deliver. There's no assurance also of the availability of the supply from the Middle East, because most of the structures have been destroyed by the war that's going on. It will take about months or even years years for LNG, to construct or to rehabilitate all these structures that are part of the Philippine oil industry, kasi doon tayo kumukuha and of the rest of the world. So there has been damage already, and sure enough, the increase has been very quick. In a matter of 1 month, our price has gone up to more than 100% increase, no? So this is like by far the fastest and the highest increase of oil prices, and that's due to the war in Iran, or in the Middle East. So ngayon po, 80% of the world supply of oil is the one that's left. Ang 20% we have to see after the war pa kung paano sila magre-recover. So there is a structural change already in the oil industry. Kaya I would go along with the point of former Secretary Petilla, kasi if ever it goes down, it will take longer. It will not be 1 month. Kung gaano kabilis ang pag-akyat ng presyo, hindi ganun po kabilis yung pagbaba ng presyo. In fact, it will be way, way slower, because ang damage po ng gera na to ay it goes beyond the war na ngayon. Iba na yung epekto niya. Kaya I do not expect it to go down as fast as it went up.
Thank you so much, Secretary, for that informative answer. We have last few questions na lang po. It's 4:11. We have a question from Cebu Daily News on the Alegria oil field exploration, and what do we expect from this exploration po? What's going to happen next? Thank you.
Yes, the Alegria, Sandy, if you can explain the Alegria exploration. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sa Alegria, of course, there's established reserves. Medyo maliit lang, below 4 million recoverable ang current estimate, pero may associated gas. Yung ating present contractor dyan, may experience sa onshore Indonesia of refining product in place. So there's a plan to get the oil, refine in place in terms of bunker fuel and diesel. So it will start as a small scale type operation, so we can make use of the resource. Yung associated gas as well, ang plan will be to use it for power. Now, don't get very big ideas. Yung current known reserve is small scale. Of course, it does not bar them from doing further exploration. Baka sa ilalim may mas magaganda at mas malalaking ma-discover. Pero doon po tayo mag-uumpisa.
Thank you, Yusek. For our last question, we have one about Aramco, if they'll be re-entering the Philippines. Is there any status on that?
Sandy? Aramco entry?
Kaya let Director Rino explain yung re-entry ni Saudi Aramco.
Well, there's an ongoing discussion right before nitong conflict ngayon. In fact, the last update that we have is mukhang umaabot na sila sa formal agreement. But we'll be expecting na if there will be an official entry as in closed. Oh, yes.
25%.
25%. Yes, so yun sabihin ba natin? Oh, sige. Yeah, meron na ako kasing talagang there was now an engagement in terms of sale of the 25%. So but we're really waiting for their official notification sa public
Uni Oil.
Uni Oil. We're waiting for them to do it para hindi tayo mauna sa kanila. But this was presented before at very keen ang Saudi Aramco in entering the Philippine oil market again through Uni Oil.
Okay.
Are there
Yes.
more questions other I think sa chat group na ubos na naman. But before we
Yes,
close up,
summarizing several.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We could take a few more
Yeah.
questions if
Okay.
if anybody would like to raise their hand, please feel free. Thank you. But we've covered it comprehensively.
All right.
If we missed any question, please just bump it up.
Okay. No? Finish na. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes po.
Sorry.
Anna, yes, please go
Ah,
ahead.
Tanong lang namin yung sa Petron, is it something that government is open to? And then, yun nga, yung sa State of Hormuz, paano po yun, ma'am? May makikita na ba tayong actual deliveries for the Philippines and kailan po kaya yun?
All right. Yung sa Petron naman, are you asking about their Russian order?
No, ma'am, yung balak nila, yung challenge nila for the government
alright.
to acquire.
So Petron traditionally used to buy from the Middle East, and their products used to pass through some of their orders, no? Kasi sila yung nag-iisa nating refinery, and they buy it from wherever they buy it, no? Pero including Middle East, which passes through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, ang nangyari kasi, they've stocked up when they saw this problem, and coordinating with us, with the FA, and even with the Office of President. So without waiting for the things to normalize, or even weeks after the war started, nag-procure na sila. Naghanap na sila ng paraan para siguraduhin na yung Pilipinas meron. So nangyari po, they've ordered already, good enough up till June. And hindi naman pwede kasi na 200 or 365 days ang storage natin kasi wala tayong space. So far, right now, they have enough to last them until June 30. We'll await if they will transact again to purchase. And I think now is a matter of price if they order from Middle East or from Russia or any other country, kung saan sila bibili kasi presyo na yun yung pag-uusapan eh. So we'll await for their decision once they think it's time to replenish na their stock. So pero if ever they decide to procure from the Middle East, the agreement with Iran will be helpful kasi it opens it up na eh. So hindi na tayo limited to other countries, but this will also include the Middle East na yung choice ng Petron. Yun ba yung tanong mo?
Yeah, Ma'am Elena. Okay, thank you so much, Secretary, for that answer. We have TV5.
Ma'am, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, ma'am.
I-clarify ko lang po. Kasi di ba balak po ng Petron, ibenta yung company nila sa government. And is the DOE po, tingin po ba ng DOE that would make a strategic move na meron tayong refinery? Thank you.
It's ideal to have refinery not just one or even more. No, now lesson learned from this event, and even from the any oil disruptions in previously. Unfortunately, we are left with one because of some several reasons, including commercial reasons. So it's ideal whether it's government or private na may refinery sa Pilipinas because it's comes out cheaper na rin for our consumers. Now, Petron's, I think you're referring to the comment made by RSA on if the government wants or
Yes,
government wants, then the government can buy it. I don't think there's ever been an offer to buy it from Petron because so far naman it has been functioning as our only refinery, and it has been serving well naman kasi makita niyo rin sa pump prices nila is very competitive. Actually, they're one of the cheapest probably. So there hasn't been any formal talks regarding the government buying back the refinery.
thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary. We have TV5, Sir Gerard. You may unmute your mic po. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Secretary. We've been talking about the impossibility of a rollback to 60 pesos per liter for diesel. Now, ano po yung likelihood naman na umabot tayo ng 200 pesos per liter for diesel?
I don't have the magic ball for this because sometimes if you observe the news, even just through Facebook news, whenever there's a peaceful day, then the prices stabilizes. When there's a bombing that happens or one building gets hit or even an oil company gets hit in any country in the Middle East, then the prices go up. When the Iranian dignitary mentions something, it goes up or down. It has effects, especially when President Trump does his speech or makes a tweet. These are the things that influence the price. So it's not within the control of our president nor of DOE or our oil companies. The prices are determined by the behavior of the international community. So if you ask me, is it going to reach 200? I really do hope it won't. No? And I don't think it ever happened. But it's a possibility also. Kasi it depends on the actions of the countries, not the Philippines, the countries involved in this, or even the behavior of those involved in the war. So this is a very fluid situation pa. And I cannot tell you it will reach 200, but I cannot also tell you that it won't reach 200 because this is beyond our control.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Secretary. We have another question from CNA. Mr. Lazar, you can unmute po. Thank you.
Hi, Secretary Jacob Lazar po for CNA. I just wanted to ask if the government is discussing or its different agencies are discussing about the proposed joint exploration with China sa West Philippine Sea. Na-discuss na po ba to kahit konti, and what are the current sentiments kaya?
Actually, it was discussed more on social media or in the news than officially with the DOE or even with the level of the president. Sandy, what's the status of that contract as of today? It's the holder and what's the contract?
Well, I guess the main area there is the Reed Bank, or now known as Recto Bank area, our service contract 72. So the contract is currently still under moratorium. And really, when it comes to joint exploration, it becomes a higher policy issue because the Department of Energy has consistently deferred to the Department of Foreign Affairs when it comes to the joint exploration in the West Philippine Sea.
So Sec, can I just clarify that na so far there's been no serious discussion between government agencies about really pursuing this joint exploration?
No, as of this moment, no.
Okay
Unless
po.
they've talked to Sandy, but I don't think there has been any official discussion on this.
Ma'am, sorry Sec pala, bakit kaya so far wala pa po tayong discussion on that? Even though like, it's been kind of like a heated discussion online or with other experts. Ganun.
Well, true enough, there's potential in that area, but it's an area that's difficult to develop because of the geopolitics that's involved. So maybe because there is potential, it could help us in energy security. Pero sa ngayon kasi wala pang masyadong movement, no? So I think that's more of a speculative discussion. What's the potential and who could possibly help that it could possibly help us in energy security. But officially, there hasn't been any discussion on this yet, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Secretary. Thank you everyone from the DOE and our friends from the media. This concludes our press conference for today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Salamat.